I think Bo Nickal needs to go back to the prelims. You think if Khamzat was going against Paul Craig, he wouldn't have tried to wrestle him? He doesn't give a about his jiu-jitsu. I've only been striking for 2 years. Nobody gives a Bo. We're not your parents. We don't give a about your backstory. We care about the fight. Why even say that? That's such a stupid thing for him to say. Their talking is so good right
Brit
now.
on Brit?
Dude, so good. If this is a real fight, I'll kick you in your head.
I'm not scared of any of you. I want to
call it Jesus Christ. I still sin. You can't stop me.
I'm 100% Jesus Christ was rolling his eyes. It's like, dude, stop mentioning my name, bro.
Bad for my optics right now. Stop.
Our numbers are down because of you.
Welcome back to The Casuals. We are an MMA and combat sports show hosted by very casual fans. My name is Gilbert. That's Nick. And that is David So, not showing his legs today because it's
cold, baby. Look at this. The podcast space is running low on funds. What happened to the water bottles, Richie?
Honestly, water bottles are too expensive these days.
I gotta put a napkin on this. You guys are gonna drug me.
You guys have a nice filtered water system.
No, they went to a dental office and took the little extra cups and said, we need to borrow these. We'll bring them back. Guys, very big fight weekend. We got UFC 309. So many stories coming out of them. We also got Tyson versus Jake Paul, the greatest fight in streaming history. Initial thoughts, David So.
First of all, did you guys watch the whole fight?
Yeah. I couldn't because I was at 25% buffer the whole
I was pissed. So I had to hop on an illegal stream.
I heard about that. The only good thing that came out of that fight is just I could see Mike Tyson's sweet cheeks, dude.
Yeah.
That
That's what Richie said.
Bro.
That's all Richie was looking at.
Let me tell you something, man. Because I didn't see the fight, my buddy Ed just sent me the clip. I had no idea what was going on. And because I only saw the clip, I didn't know he was talking to his son. So he walks up, he goes, I love you. I'm like, what the bro?
That was weird to a reporter going.
Yeah, I was like, why are you saying I love you to the reporter, but it was his son? And you turn around and you see them sweet fucking chocolate cakes.
Caked up. Because usually we see with the boxers.
I thought that was a mirror when I was looking at it, my guy.
Dude.
He looked like Meg the Stallion.
And that cameraman couldn't have zoomed any faster. He was like, oh, shit.
I'm fired.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? People are saying on Reddit, conspiracy, that Gatorade is the one that planted this camera guy to have a Gatorade logo on it. And it's getting...
stacking checks right now, dude. I fucking love that. I guess like also, too, that right hand slap to Jake Paul's face was so vicious. It's because he stepped on his toes.
Yeah, and he was wearing no shoes.
Is that like an old man stereotype?
Well, I guess his toes actually hurt in general. So he talked about it like he has his toes.
Yeah, I saw the clip.
And so when he stepped on it, it fucking hurt really bad.
The way he ran up, though, was hella like clumsy too. Yeah. And that's why he stepped on his foot. So I think that was a good reaction. I think a lot of people were saying that was fake, but I don't think that shit
I don't think that shit was a hard
homie that was trying to separate it. That looked real.
They were just asking him, it's like, so what happened? It's like, he stepped on my toes.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
I don't like it. He stepped on my metatarsals. If I can.
Did you guys see the clip of the 12-year-old?
That was the
girl
interviewing him. Yeah, and he's like, "How do you feel like this is gonna what is this gonna do for your legacy?" And he's like, "I don't give a fuck about legacy."
Yeah, he goes, "What is this thing about legacy?"
He's like,
one person said it, then everybody else followed. You're gonna die. You're gonna turn to dust. Your bones. It doesn't matter. You're gonna go into the soil.
Hard answer.
Worms are gonna come out your skull. What are you even here for? Why don't you just fucking kill yourself right now? There's no point. You're 12. You're done already. Just fuck up.
And then she goes, "Wow, I've never heard an answer like that before." I was really honest.
When he said we're all gonna be turned into dust, I was like, dude, that's an 8-year-old.
She was so professional. She took it like a champ.
I know.
Oh my God.
The antics were the best. I mean, when I saw I only had to see the clips. There's a lot of weird conspiracies behind it, of course.
What did you see?
That he was pulling back a lot of his shots.
What, Jake?
Do you think both of them were?
No, Tyson in the early rounds.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't really know, and nor do I really care, because I already knew it was going to go to decision. Yeah. And if anybody else thought otherwise, you're fucking dumb.
Dude, he's 58.
58!
And he almost died 6 months ago and had 25 blood transfusions.
Someone said he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. How come you didn't hear that in the lead up?
Yep.
That was suppressed a little bit.
That was the countdown, just him at medicals. Hey, you just died. You ready for this fight?
When I saw some of the highlights, there were like some interesting moments where I felt like Tyson, all the instincts and everything is there, right? So when he was ducking Jake's full-on 100% hooks, I was like, holy shit.
Slick.
And then he would like position his feet, but then he wouldn't throw. I'm like, wait, it's right there.
Jake Paul did a good job of just like circling away, keeping distance. And like the only times that Mike Tyson was able to land something big was like, once again, if Jake Paul's back was against the ropes.
Yeah.
But Jake did a really good job of staying on the outside. A lot of people were saying that like Jake was pulling back on shots, and
towards the last round,
he was even saying like, oh yeah, like I carried the fight a little bit. I didn't really want to like take him out. But at the same time, it's like...
I mean, do you think that was mercy, or do you think he actually was scared of getting knocked out just in case?
Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, it's like the whole thing is bullshit because he's 58. This doesn't do anything for Jake Paul. This was definitely...
It does. At his point, money.
For sure. Money is good. But you see all the sponsors, Experian, MetaQuest...
Yep.
They all lost money on this fucking...
Yeah.
It was a giant cash grab. Chelsea has lost money on this.
I mean, people are even saying that Netflix really doesn't make money on this.
No, they don't.
What it was, though, was a test to see how shitty their streaming was for football in December. So it was a good, like, stress test for them.
Because that's what they kept talking about. Like, the Netflix was like, oh, we did such a good job of dealing with the streaming issues. So it does kind of go in line with what they wanted to test out.
It was kind of crazy, like, especially on these highlights, they only showed, like, the moments where they were striking each other. I wish they would have showed Mike's defense in the highlights because he was ducking hooks. He was shifting. Jake was missing some of his jabs. And it was crazy because, like, Mike's legs started to give out, whether people think it was on purpose or not.
I just think he was tired.
Yeah, he was.
I think he's a tired 58.
He's got a knee brace, too.
Well, yeah, and if you see, too, like, after he slips, he's in position, but he can't throw, which was kind of amazing to me because no matter how old he is, all those instincts are still there, but Father Time always wins. Look at that shit. And look, like, you'll see moments, too, where he's, like, slipping, ripping, he shifts, and it's like, oh, if that was the old Tyson, rip up, bang, it would have been over.
And that's where the youth comes into play, right? He just couldn't execute on those entries that he had.
What do you guys make of him biting his glove the entire time?
I think that's just
he has the biting fixation.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like,
But he kind of did that in his old fights, no?
So I looked up
I've
some
seen
of
him do that shit.
I looked up some stuff online, and some people were talking about how back in the day when his style was developed, like an old coaching cue was to bite your glove to keep your hand up. Yeah. So it's like an old habit.
I thought he did that shit in the Evander fight, but I might be
on an ear.
Confused. Yeah. That's what it was.
Just don't step on toes anymore.
On a black ear.
I made a lot of money right now. Thank you so much for the $20 million.
I heard Mike's has back tax issues.
Oh,
that's why he took the fight.
Is that like the Bruno Mars, like performing all the time issue?
Yeah.
Debt.
I mean, I would say this too, like, you know, I didn't really care for this fight. Still don't care for the fight.
Hey, co-main event though.
Co-main event was
fire.
great.
Are you talking about the robbery?
Oh, you think it's a robbery?
Yeah, Serrano. A lot of people had Serrano winning. I tuned in towards the last like 4 rounds.
That was the only fight I saw, like complete all the way. And it was the only one that was worth.
Katie Taylor and Serrano, they should just keep fighting
forever.
This is sick. This is a good time.
That's the good thing about this fight. It put 60 million people on them because they're fucking good.
That was a great fight. Toward the last 4 rounds that I saw.
You know, the conversation like people have about like the celebrity boxing thing, which I think now, like the original conversation that people had was having Jake Paul do what he does is putting a lot of viewers into boxing and reviving the sport. But I actually disagree because people are going to watch the spectacle, but boxing's numbers haven't been better.
Yeah.
Like it keeps going down.
Yeah.
Because they're only waiting for the spectacle. So those people who are watching these shows are not boxing fans. They're not there to watch other boxers.
And I wonder what he's going to do to top this spectacle. Because this seems like the top of the mountain.
Definitely he has to fight Joe Biden.
Did you see?
That's like the only he keeps going older at this point. That's about it. Hey, come on. Where's ice cream? Come on. Come on.
Hey, come on. Did you see Artur Beterbiev was like, Jake Paul, I'll fight you.
Yeah, come on.
Nobody will give you a title shot. I'll fight you.
Easy check, though.
Bro. That would be a fun time.
Beterbiev is going to have fun. And I think he just wants a fat check. He probably saw the check that they made. He goes, oh, I want that for an easy fight.
And that's the most gangster shit a world champion can do is just give him the shot. See where you're at. And Beterbiev is a dog. Did you guys, we didn't talk about that fight because we had a bunch of guests in between when that fight came on with Beterbiev versus, what's his name?
Bouncy, fucking.
I want to say Shakvat, but it's not Shakvat.
No, it's not Shakvat.
Oh, my brain is. Bivol. That fight was fucking. Talk about a 12-round, just back and forth fight.
I thought Bivol won. It could have gone either way. I thought Bivol won.
He landed the longer punches at range.
Yeah,
like a little cleaner shots.
They were, Better Biev is so aggressive. It's kind of like what you see with like Emmett, right?
Yeah.
Where when it was hitting like the gloves and the defense, it seemed a lot more effective. But I thought Bivol had the better.
A lot of people thought that though too. A lot of people thought Better Biev had a nice graceful decision because his ties. You saw who was in his corner.
Yeah.
The same Chechen dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Chechen warlord. Very scary business.
Yeah, and then what I loved about Bivol too, he's just like, no excuses. He's like,
Yeah.
we could just run it back. I'm like, damn, this fool's fucking gangster.
Gangster.
another big fight that weekend, UFC 309, Jones, the return versus the greatest heavyweight of all time, Miocic. Got to ask you both really quick. Did Stipe look good?
I think physically he looked great.
I think he looked better than what we were all expecting.
People are debating, was it the kicks at the early on that made Stipe look the way he looked the rest of the fight, or did he come in as a 42-year-old that's been off for 4 years? What do you guys think?
I think he did well in the boxing exchanges. I felt like that was the only place where he could really do well against Jon Jones. After that first takedown, which was pretty sweet, the one that Jon Jones landed where he threw up a knee and then stepped behind him and tripped him.
That shit was unexpected.
So cool.
Didn't even know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, some judo shit.
What's the Japanese name?
Something Haragoshi.
There we go.
Something Goshi. But when he landed that, I was like, oh shit, we're going to see a ground and pound fest. We're going to see Jon Jones take him into the cage and take him down and see the finish. But to see Stipe have success in the boxing exchanges and like be a little faster than Jon Jones, I thought that was pretty
Maybe a little worried about Jon Jones. Like, how are you letting some of these hands get to your face so quick?
He still did a good job of like backing up as the shots came. So he didn't really like take anything like hard to the face. No. But as far as like it seemed like a shutout. Jon Jones had a masterclass performance.
Definitely. I mean, here's my issue too, though. Like when I saw the fight happen, all I kept thinking was, when Jones is fighting at these bigger weights, people have very similar reaches to him. Right? It's like 2 inches off, maybe 3-4 inches, which, yeah, it's a lot in retrospect. But, when he was fighting at these lower weight classes, other people didn't have that reach.
He seems so much taller than everyone in the heavyweight.
And this one, everybody's about his size. Yeah. So I noticed that there is a bit of a distant management issue that he never had before. So when Miocic started like firing off on his hands, he just had to retreat immediately. I will say this though, if he retreats with his head back like that with Aspinall, that's trouble because that's Aspinall's bread and butter.
And he can close the gap way faster than
way faster. And he'll chase Jon down. He's not afraid to go on the ground with him. And so when I saw that, I'm like, fuck, is Jon Jones going to get knocked out by Aspinall? It made me think that
that's
for a second.
That's his path to victory, right?
Yeah.
Like, and especially when we're talking about age gaps, that's been the theme for a lot of these fights. Like even like with Topuria and Max, right? Max has had so many fights. He's 32 still. And to see like how fast that gap was able to close. Like, Ilya's the fresher dude. He hasn't had that much damage in the octagon. Aspinall is probably the same thing. He hasn't had that much damage at all.
John's been here since 22, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Like, he's fought 3 generations of fighters, right? So, like, if he fights... and I could see why he
Shout out to Korea.
I know.
Korea.
Straight kick, dude.
He said 6 months ago he started training with the Taekwondo coach.
My favorite Joe Rogan commentary, he was like, when you get that kick right to the liver, he goes, all right, but it's on the other side, but okay.
Yeah. Bro, I was like, damn, all right.
Fucking Joe Rogan.
I was like, oh shit. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, it's on the other side, but okay.
Yeah, that's your kidney, but
that shit was perfect.
I think he had a broken rib.
He hit the floating rib area, so that was the weakest one.
That's a big heel. But Jon Jones did look better at heavyweight. Like, I felt like when we saw him against Cyril Gane, it felt kind of like a tease because it ended so quickly. But for this one, to see him kind of like do a signature Jon Jones fight, I was like, this is kind of... He could do really well, bro. He could fight like 5 more fights.
To me, though, this still was a tease. Yeah. I feel like them saying the baddest heavyweight in the planet, like these are the baddest men.
That was the marketing for sure.
You could say that about Tom Aspinall and Jon.
When they did
this, to me, was like still not really seeing what he can do at heavyweight because he's not fighting a top tier.
When they did the rankings of like Jon Jones champion and then Stipe's number 8 on the rankings getting the title shot, and then you see Tom Aspinall's name right there, you're just like,
yeah, something
doesn't feel right. I don't like this.
You know what's really cool with Jon developed? I mean, you'd never really see it that much. Is he used his jab really well towards the later rounds, and it was fast as shit,
bro. He looked really fast.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that jab is fucking quick. That's a little new game in his arsenal, huh?
Yeah,
kind of went a little boxing heavy, which you don't really see that much with Jon. You know, he kind of sets up those kicks really well and just kind of weird striking, but it was his boxing that kind of won him the fight, in my opinion.
When he started landing those jabs early in the fight, I was like, oh, it's over. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
And dude, when a heavyweight jabs, dude,
yeah,
it looks like a cross.
Yeah. Stipe looked pretty good though, man. Like I was expecting like a complete shutout, like 2 rounds. Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to go as long as it did. Well, it only went to 3 rounds. But.
It seemed like he was.
But that's over the 3.5, right? That's over.
But also, I feel like he didn't really want to. I think honestly, he was doing this for the paycheck.
Yeah. Hopefully, he got paid out.
Dude, 2019 is the last time he fought Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. Like, the ring rust is real.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? And on top of that, with Father Time, if he came back, let's say, even at the age of 40, I think it would have been a lot more competitive.
I think so.
And people don't really think about how important age is. Just to go back to the Tyson thing, the fact that anybody thought a 60-year-old man is going to beat up a 26. By the way, I'm not saying Jake Paul is an amazing boxer, right? But I think he is at the point where he's a high-level amateur.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And he's a big boy, too. He's strong. He's athletic. He's fast. You can't say that you're going to walk in and just beat up Jake Paul.
And he's been active. He's been fighting for the past, 5 years now? Consistently. Once or twice a year. So it's like, this dude is taking this very, very, very seriously.
I can't wait till he fights Gandalf, dude. Jesus Christ, man.
Kind of want to see that Biden fight, though.
He's going to carry him into the 5th round.
Come on.
All right, so people are saying, obviously, we want Tom Aspinall. Jon says no, he wants Alex Pereira. UFC is adamant about making the Tom Aspinall fight, but
they're going to give him some fuck you money.
But
yeah, for sure. They should. And Dana was like, yeah, we'll pay him out. Don't worry.
It makes me sad to say this. I don't think this fight happens because they had the opportunity with Francis Ngannou for fuck you money. And I just don't think the UFC can afford a $30 million purse.
Well, we got these Saudis now. So if they do it in the UAE, they'll find the money.
But dude, if they market this properly, and it's going to be, like he said, it's going to be the biggest fight.
I don't think it's as big as Conor Khabib still. 2.4 mil. I think it does 1.5, which is fucking great.
Yeah, for sure.
I just feel like now because of outside
Turkey,
they have money elsewhere. I'm pretty sure like the Middle East will, do something.
Jon Jones has to throw a dolly through a bus.
That's it.
Yeah.
If he wants to see 2.5,
and he got to go straight Muslim. He can't be thanking Jesus. He got to be like, Inshallah, Inshallah.
That fool did the Trump dance. That was hilarious.
Dude,
that was pretty fucking funny.
Dude, he gave him the belt.
Was this just the GOP convention?
Bro,
for real?
It was the RNC time too.
I was like,
bro.
It was RNC?
Bro, to see like the Republicans, like all of them, like lining up.
Kid Rock.
Dude, that shit was like, I just was
Tulsi.
like, this is a right wing sport.
It really is a right wing sport.
We've entered the Republican era.
Thanks God, I roll my eyes.
Yeah, because it does, especially when he was like, who do you want to call out? And he's like, I want to call
Jesus Christ. I still sin. You can't stop me.
Dude, I'm 100% Jesus Christ was rolling his eyes. It's like, dude, stop mentioning my name, bro.
Dude, bad for my optics right now. Stop.
Yes,
our numbers are down because of you.
I know. People are leaving the church in fucking droves because of you. God, man.
And then every time Jon Jones fights, we always see his brothers. In the stands, those motherfuckers are so big.
He's the runt,
dude. Seriously, the runt. There was a clip of Tom Aspinall walking past Jones's brothers. And they're all like bigger than fucking Tom. But Tom Aspinall, fucking a scary guy. He's very confident. Well, there was an interview where he was saying like, the reason why Jon Jones don't want to fight me is because he's a meticulous tape studier. He goes, there's not much tape on me. All my fights have been like 3 minutes combined.
Yeah.
He goes, and I watched tons of tape too, and there's way more information on Jon Jones than there is on me. And he's like, I think that's why Jon Jones don't want to take that fight. And I was like, kind of some fire trash talk.
I mean, I think Tom Aspinall is doing a great job because before he was staying quiet, he was being very polite. And even though people feel like he's kind of whiny right now, he's actually getting people to talk about him, which is very important.
Do you think he's being whiny right now?
No, I think that I think this is the fight that he wants, and he's a young fighter, and he wants to take out a GOAT. He wants to add that shit to his legacy.
Yep.
So why the fuck not? And if it's getting on Jon Jones's nerves to the point where Jon Jones is actually responding back, and number one, it's going to make both their purses bigger. And I really do think there's a high chance this is going to happen because Jon Jones says he's not retiring, and Dana White is not interested in lackluster fights. So who would Jon Jones fight if not Tom Aspinall? Pereira? No, Pereira's the fucking cash cow for the UFC. They're not going to give him Jon Jones.
Dana doesn't want that.
Yeah, he doesn't want that at all. And why? It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah,
it literally makes zero sense. I'm actually not interested in the Pereira and Jon Jones fight at all.
I don't want to see it either.
Yeah.
I think honestly, Jon Jones doing the right thing. He's trying to like kind of set this up. I think he's responding to Tom the correct way, which is like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And he's being indifferent towards him, which is kind of a fire strategy.
Giving him leverage a little bit within the UFC monopoly of like, I want Pereira and you guys want Tom, give me my money.
Yeah, and I think that was a good way to do it because it does seem like now he's really going to get what he wants. He's going to get the big payday, which he deserves because this is a huge fight, huge risk for him, especially when we're talking about legacy. Because like the last thing he want to do is as he's about to exit, he loses to a young gun like that.
Yeah.
Because, it's a story that we see over and over and over and over again. And I'm sure he doesn't want to be like everyone else.
And the thing for Aspinall too is if Aspinall loses, he loses nothing. You lost to one of the greatest fighters of all time, and you actually got to exchange gloves with him, so he gains everything.
Absolutely.
And you know what Jones said too is like, I'm Red Panty Night, so if I fight you, you get everything. You get notoriety. Even if you lose, you got to fight me. You get a fat fucking check, and then your stock goes up.
Guaranteed stock, yeah.
So now it's at the point of he is now Conor McGregor. If you want to fight me, I am blessing you now. So, it's up to Jon. And I really do think this, and people forget, Jon Jones never said no to any fucking fight coming up. Minus the fact that, he had a lot of like controversy outside of the octagon, but he's been a company man for so long. So what if he gets to choose his fucking last fight?
Absolutely. He should. He should.
Why not?
He has the right.
So
Absolutely.
let him do it.
Let's just remind the audience.
Crazy.
This is who Jon Jones fought in the UFC.
Anytime I see the video of Jon Jones guillotining Lyoto and dropping him to the canvas, hurts my feelings.
So bad.
But that was one of the coldest moments ever.
Limp, lifeless. Like, this is his fucking resume.
Oh,
You can't
my
forget.
God.
Can't forget the who's who.
I will say this, though. To me, I think the reason why I like Cormier's retirement so much better is because Cormier didn't pick and choose even when he could have. Cormier's like, give me fucking everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And he cleared everybody out minus Jon Jones. So Cormier, even on his last few fights, he just fought Stipe twice. He didn't fucking have to after he knocked him out cold.
Peak Stipe.
Yeah.
Peak Stipe.
He didn't have to fight him again, right? But he did. And he chose to do it 2 more times after that. And he held the light heavyweight and the heavyweight simultaneously and defended the light heavyweight belt while he had it.
And he had so many injuries going into that last fight where he was like, dude, I sneezed and I couldn't walk.
Yeah, he was 41.
Throwing my back out. Yeah, bro.
3 years younger than Jon.
So crazy.
I mean, older, I'm sorry.
So I don't know, man. It's I think we all want to see this fight. We all want to see Jon Jones fight Tom Aspinall. And I think Dana White in the UFC had to, I don't want to say throw him a bone, but it seems like Jon Jones he didn't want any other fight besides Stipe.
Yeah.
So they felt like once they gave him that, it was a good bargaining chip and built some
Come on,
goodwill.
good faith.
All right, cool. So
this.
now we can move forward with the real fight that everyone wants to see.
But here's what happens, though. Let's say he does fight Tom Aspinall. He wins, loses, doesn't matter. I think what happens next is he fights Francis with Saudi money at PFL.
See, that would be
crazy.
See, that's another option.
Because there's no way, unless the UFC brings back Francis, he has 1 fight left.
PFL's like, hey, Francis, you could leave. We can't afford to pay you anymore.
We sold 10,000 pay-per-view.
Dude,
seriously.
the funny thing too about the Stipe fight, Jon Jones, he's kind of like in his Jordan era where he's finding like these flaws and things to be angry at his opponent that don't exist.
Fire.
Right? He's talking about
He's like, Stipe called me a bitch. And I'm like, did he?
Dude, and he also talked about this obscure reference where he was like, Stipe was talking about him and his kid.
Yeah, what's that reference?
So they found the clip. Stipe wasn't talking about him at all.
What was he saying?
He was on the Jackson podcast. And on the Jackson podcast, he was just asked, hey, do you need to be angry or talk shit a little more to be a little more popular in the sport? He goes, no, because after my career is over, it's like if I talk shit, my kids are going to look at me like I'm an asshole. I have a life after this. He didn't mention Jon Jones once.
That's so
some
funny.
fan probably like cut something up and sent it to him.
So the internet has been scouring for this clip, and the only thing they could find is that Jackson podcast.
Yeah.
And then he was asked about it again. He goes, no, that's not it. There's something else. I'm like, you've lost your mind.
It's so funny because when he was talking about this stuff, in my head, I was like, seems like a reach.
Yeah.
Seems like Stipe wouldn't say that. But I do respect that fact of like, hey, if you got to hate this guy, then you have to go to that place and you have to just nitpick.
Like, also, too, if he was talking shit, how would you understand him? He's mumbling half the time. Yeah.
But I mean, I said, wow,
He said the N-word to me.
Yeah, I know. Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that fight. Co-main event, Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler.
Bro.
Chandler down 0-4, so decides to tag team with the ref and go back of the head 30 shots.
Michael Chandler is the dirtiest fighter I have ever seen.
He's a smart IQ fighter.
Consistently in all of his fights, he's going fingers in the eye. He's like doing all kinds of gross, like dirty shit.
Dude, he gave him the DMF belt, huh? The this fool,
Some holds barred.
this fool eye poke, glove grab, fence grab, and then also back of the head.
Bro, how many times he grabbed the fence?
The only thing he didn't do was kick him in the cup. So he
should
did 4
have.
out of 5. I'm like, yo, what the
He was trying to kick a down opponent too. I saw him looking for it.
I mean, look, I'll say this though. That last bit where he was just like, fuck it, and he did the backdrop, he's made for the WWE. After this, if he doesn't go to the WWE, he would be insane.
Part of me was like, Charles, you better choke this motherfucker out right now. Because there was a moment where he started picking him up and
Couldn't
he's
he have
like,
finished this?
He could have thrown his arm over the shoulder.
Yeah.
But he knew the drop was coming because he did it last time. And when people were getting fired up over it, I was like, that's not cool. When Usman did it to Chimaev and he got off the position, that was fucking cool. Yeah. That's a different
I mean, it's
thing
not
entirely.
cool when it gets tighter.
Nah, it's like, dude.
It's not cool when it gets tighter.
I guess it's cool because you're in the moment, like you're watching, you're like, yeah, this is fucking tight. But as I'm watching this, I was like, this does nothing for me.
How does Chandler just have these random moments? He's so fucking durable, it's insane.
Yeah.
Where he just has to clip him once.
His conditioning, bro. I think
definitely
that's what keeps him in the fight. Because Charlie Olives looked like there was a spot where he was beating his ass for 4 rounds, so he got a little tired.
It was like he was putting a clinic on him.
Oh, dude. So I didn't know this either. Apparently, Charles had torn ligaments,
injured,
in his knee.
That's crazy.
And he couldn't train for 20 days. So this is him like kind of fucked up, and he put a clinic on him. Anywhere he wanted to go, he was just piecing him up.
Dude, over $1 million in bonuses from the UFC.
Really? MSG.
Yeah, he throughout his whole career has made 7 figures in bonuses alone.
Wow.
That's how exciting. Like, people will have to remember this guy as one of the most exciting champions in the division because he always puts on a show. This division is fucking nuts.
Stacked.
Dude. In terms of like fight of the night, dude, Justin Gaethje.
Ooh.
And just Charles Oliveira alone it's so fucking fun to watch. This is the best division in the UFC.
I would say so.
Exciting.
Absolutely. And
Jon
there's more
Jones,
of these guys too.
When Jones leaves heavyweight, it's going to be a problem for the heavyweight division because who else is there to watch besides Aspinall?
Yeah.
I think Aspinall cleans the clock with almost everybody in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
There's not much because Cyril Gane is probably the next big name.
And he hasn't fought in forever.
They got to get Francis back, but it seems like they won't.
They need some new talent in the heavyweight division after Jones leaves.
I was waiting for Robelis, but now he's Karate Combat.
Karate
Which
Combat.
is way better for him.
Yeah, we lost the opportunity. I wanted to see Taekwondo versus British boxing. I want to see how that was going to play out.
British boxing.
British boxing.
Black Cuban Taekwondo.
Cuban
versus
Taekwondo.
British
Black
boxing.
Cuban Taekwondo, dude.
Yeah, bro, like there's not much. Like, it's
kind of boring. You're right.
Smoked everybody.
It's kind of boring.
Kind of boring, dude.
For those top level guys, there's not much down there anymore.
Damn. So that's why the UFC's like, come on, John, please stay.
Yeah. They need to bring in some new, fresh talent for the heavyweight division just to kind of liven it up after he leaves.
Now watch Waldo make a crazy run. Shit. David's favorite fighter.
Waldo, please stay hidden. Who wants to find you, dude?
Oh, but there are some cool heavyweight kick. Oh, they might be light heavyweight though. Varyakov or whatever. He was a guy that fought against Alex Pereira in Glory.
Oh, and he beat him, right?
And he beat him. And he fought maybe a couple months ago in the Contender Series. He looked really fucking good.
Yeah.
So that might be someone, but he's probably light heavyweight actually.
Charles Oliveira. I mean, Michael Chandler. He'll just either wait for Connor, do that fight.
He said he wants BMF belt with Max, which I kind of like.
People said the Max. What do you guys think about the Max?
Chandler would be fun.
He's the only person to fucking lose and then get a call out after.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
But after that fight, I was like, him and McGregor make sense.
Yeah. McGregor might want it.
But
They should do it.
Someone pitched. I forgot who it was. They said, "Look, Chandler's been getting so many super fights. You got to let some of these new guys get in the super fight mix, you know, right?" So like they were saying, the winner of Moicano, and who's he fighting?
Pimblett.
Chandler.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Let one of them
Patty
fight him.
Pimblett. Easy money, my brother.
Easy money.
Easy
Charles
money.
Oliveira, not so easy money.
I'll fight you soon, my brother.
I don't think people are clamoring though for a Charles Sarukian 2 or a Charles Islam because it was so soon. Because apparently he's guaranteed the next.
Well, I think Islam and Armin is going to be. They might do Into It. That's what I heard.
Dome. Yeah,
That'd be sick.
trying to get his press.
Let's go, baby.
Bug the UFC, guys. Bug the UFC.
That's going to be such an interesting fight because Arman fought Islam, and that was his debut, I think.
Yeah.
And it was last minute.
Apparently, Islam had like the flu or some shit. He was on antibiotics that time.
Oh, shit. So now we get to see them at their both highest potential.
We'll see.
That'd be very interesting.
Armin's over here chopping wood, riding horses with the shirt off, you know? So I think
Slapping fans in the face. I fucking love
he's
it.
prime time, prime testosterone.
You guys want Charles to wait, or you want him to take a fight?
Well, who else is he going to fight, though? You know, like...
What's a fun
He needs
fight?
Dustin?
He's kind of in that max spot
Give
in
Dustin?
featherweight, you know, where he's just kind of like, what do I do? So I don't know, man.
Max Holloway.
Dude, him and Max would be
That would be a crazy fight.
Or give him Dustin, Louisiana. Retirement fight. Let Dustin.
Yeah, because he could run that back, actually.
Dustin said he wanted a very specific fight. He says that his last fight, he's just going to go balls to the wall swinging.
He says he wants
Oh,
Max.
give
for
him
that.
Dan Hooker then. Fuck.
Oh, dude.
Dude, if they do Dan and fucking Poirier again, oh my God, dude.
That's ridiculous. Bro, Poirier and Oliveira might be... I mean, Hooker and Oliveira might be sick.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be a really good fight.
I
But
love
I don't think
against Hooker,
he would
too.
take that fight. Oof. There's so many good matchups for Max, but they're very dangerous fights. Especially coming off that KO.
Yeah,
Ugh,
yeah.
I don't even want to think about it.
That's the first time he was ever knocked out.
And then you also have Fiziev in the mix. I don't know if he's coming back this year.
He's been out for a while.
I mean, his knee was tore up. So
Guys, we got a lot of overrated chance for Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig. What is your take? Unimpressed?
I think the fans were expecting Bo Nickal to do something a little bit more.
Like the first round finish, like usual?
Like just to KO him. Like,
He was landing shots.
yeah, I kind of wanted to see Bo Nickal take him down and just dominate him on the ground. But I think obviously that was the highest risk. And that's what Paul Craig wanted to do, is to submit him off his back. But yeah, Bo Nickal just didn't look as sharp as we all want him to. But we have to remember, too, he's only 7-0.
You think he didn't look sharp?
I think he looked okay.
Yeah.
I say cut him from the UFC.
People are expecting more from him, though, right?
Boring.
Cut him from the UFC immediately.
Hey, put him on prelims for a little bit.
They put
Teach him a
him on
lesson.
par with Chimaev.
Yeah.
Right? And when you put him on par with Chimaev, and you go out there and
Michael, zoom up on that face.
you fight Paul Craig and you have that type of performance, I think to the average fan, they're like, you're fucking washed, you suck. But we do have to remember he's only 7-0. That's not that many fights. And he's has to fight the best guys in the division because his credentials are so high. So he is kind of stuck in this weird place where now he has to fight someone else who's tougher. His stand-up didn't look that good against Paul Craig, whose stand-up is a little questionable. So I think there's a lot of questions going into that fight.
Could have pressed more because, like,
I felt like he could have KO'd him. But then again, I'm just sitting at home on my couch.
Only one shot. Like, he was just waiting for that one shot. I was like, bro.
I think Bo Nickal
Uh-oh.
needs to go back to the prelims.
Yeah.
Because the way that he spoke about himself, he said Khamzat's wrestling was trash. And that's so funny that he would say that because Khamzat, no matter who it is, no matter what their style is, Khamzat goes to his bread and butter and he wrestles them, right? It doesn't matter. You think if Khamzat was going against Paul Craig, he wouldn't have tried to wrestle him? He doesn't give a fuck about his jiu-jitsu because he's that confident in his skill set. So when you kind of say those things out loud, he's kind of running into that Ian Garry issue right now, right? You can't say that and then give us a performance that's right here. So as much as people, he could say as much as he wants. I've only been striking for 2 years. Nobody gives a fuck, Bo. We're not your parents. We don't give a fuck about your backstory. We care about the fight. Why even say that? That's such a stupid thing for him to say. I think that just made him look kind of weak.
Well, I think
it was a little defensive. He could have just been like, yeah, my bad, guys.
I think him being defensive, calling out Dan Cormier, saying like, oh, the commentary was biased. Him saying, I think they were saying he's not on Chimaev's level. That was the big quote out of the headlines. And he was upset about that, which I get. But at the same time, it's like,
are they wrong?
You're in crazy company. You're dealing with the best guys in the world. So I think everyone sees him that way.
High standards.
And for him to not put Paul Craig away, which is, we've seen him lose in the octagon a lot of times. I think people were like, well, this doesn't match our expectation.
Also, too, he's using words like, I had a dominant performance.
Yeah.
Dominant, my guy? Okay, I've never seen a fighter only have one strike, which is the overhand. He overhanded a body shot. Like, what kind of shit is that? Who does an overhand to the stomach? Like, I just like was so confused because, you know, for him too, your thing is wrestling. And if your base is wrestling, you're this, you know, glorified D1 wrestler, right? Whether Paul Craig is a jiu-jitsu specialist or not, you went against Gordon Ryan. You should be able to force your will upon Paul Craig. Paul Craig's striking is not good at all. Probably one of the worst in the fucking division.
Especially at 185, for sure.
Yeah, and then you see him just do two moves. He would do the leaping hook, which we've seen 1,000 times, and then he would set up this overhand right, which, by the way, when it connected on Paul Craig, it didn't do shit to him.
I was surprised. I was like, oh shit, that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He ate him like it was nothing.
Because he also wasn't worried about the takedowns. I think Paul Craig was like okay with taking the takedowns. All the other guys that fought him, they're really worried about the takedown.
Yeah.
So anytime you see overhand, you're like, ugh, you get jarred. And that's what it seems like was happening. That's his bread and butter. But when he like would throw straight shots, throw his jab a little bit more, he didn't throw much of it.
Yeah.
But when he did, he had some success. But I think that's what people wanted to see was they wanted to see Bo Nickal walk this guy down and just have a little bit more of a dominant performance. Because when I watched it, I was like, it's kind of anyone's fight right now. I didn't feel like Bo Nickal necessarily dominated.
No, there was no domination whatsoever.
Like he won the fight.
Yeah.
But I want to say like domination is very different fight.
Brother.
Yeah,
That's
that was a very lackluster performance. And for him to watch the tape, he goes, "Well, my friends said fuck your friends, dog. Yeah. What did the people say? What did the judges?
Friends.
What did the judges think? What did like the crowd think? This is also important. Like people have to understand too. I think a lot of fighters forget. It's like number one, mostly everybody's a casual, and on top of that too, you can't say the things that you say and then perform like that, and then wonder why people are calling you overrated. It makes sense to why people will say that. So for him, for you to go up and say, well, I've only been striking for a couple of years, nobody cares. Nobody cares. We don't have to know your fighter history. We just saw what we saw. That's all that it is. And I think for him, like, okay, you're in this division now. You said, and I, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say that people in this division aren't on his level. Well,
I think I've heard him say that in the clip, yeah.
What he's finding out, just like Ian Garry, is like you are allowed to impose your will on lower level fighters. Once you start climbing up, they're like, oh shit, these people are a lot better.
Yeah.
And they can't do it. So if you're going to talk that talk, you have to walk the walk. Either that or go back to the prelims.
And then Dana was like, Bo needs some work.
Yeah.
Because when you put him in that slot,
MSG, bro.
People want to see
Jon
some
Jones,
shit. They want to see something happen. So, yeah, it did kind of stop the momentum of the card.
Yeah.
A little bit, right? So, and that's one of the biggest markets to watch.
Yeah,
on a Jon Jones card, they gave him. They could only give you the assist and the bump, and I can understand like, yeah, it's a lot of pressure for Bo Nickal. So I think at this point they're gonna start giving him some. I don't want to say cans, but they're gonna give him some lower level guys so he can kind of build up a little bit more.
I say moving to prelims, like you said.
Yeah, moving back to the prelims. If he wants to go ahead and work up and get better, you do not deserve to be on the main card.
Can you
go ahead and get back to the
185's
prelims.
rankings? Yeah. I want to see 185 real quick.
Is Paul Craig just big for 185, or is Bo Nickal undersized?
Well, Paul Craig was a 205er.
Yeah.
Oh
came
my
down.
God,
That's why
the
he's so
size difference
big.
was fucking insane.
Yeah, Bo Nickal kind of looks small in there.
Yeah.
For 185. So like 185
Top
bottom
Pereira. I mean, you
Michelle
give Pereira. I don't care.
Yeah, and look,
See, that's not even the top.
I'm not saying Bo Nickal sucks. Bo's dope.
They should do Shara and Bo. Now that fight's starting to make a lot more sense.
I don't want to see Bo Nickal fight ever, dude. Go,
Not even a Shara one eye guy.
No. Go to PFL and then come back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Add Bo Nickal to the list of David So's hit list.
Trade for Ngannou.
But even with like Ian Garry, I think they're dope.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like with these type of performances, you don't deserve to be on the main card. Like this is the UFC, baby.
Yeah, especially with the spotlight on you.
Yeah.
You got to deliver.
He's still really
Entertainment aspect, the TKO group aspect.
And I don't want people to confuse this with like, oh, you don't want Bo to just like, do his game plan. No, do your fucking game plan, right? But you got to do more action. And to Paul Craig too. Paul Craig, I feel like he could have pressed the action a lot more. Let's just not put it on Bo Nickal as well.
For sure.
Right? If Paul Craig had pressed him a lot harder, I think Bo would have gone for the takedown and he would have been within your game.
He just was like, how come you're not taking me down?
Yeah. I'm surprised why Paul Craig was kind of a distance the whole time. Kind of just.
He should have pressed him a lot more.
Those kicks that he was landing, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, he was slowing down his overhand, which I guess not by much.
Smart.
Because he just kept spamming that.
Kicking the arms.
I just want to say I like Silva, but you can't be tired in a.
I kind of was half watching this one, but I thought Silva won. Am I tripping?
It's because I think the third round she just started like what do you call it? Just
I had it 2-1. Did you guys have it 2-1?
I think I was blasted at this one, so I don't remember too much.
There's always one fight that everyone was like, "Oh, I didn't really see that one."
Yeah, I was kind of super blasted at that point.
I think I was making food at that time.
I was eating Jollibee. And, yeah,
fried chicken with the gravy.
Yeah,
Come on, bro, I can't stop thinking about that.
Dude, it's so fucking good, man.
It's kind of the best on the market right now.
Oh, dude, that little
fried chicken straight up.
It has to be crispy though.
Oh, dude, it's
extra crispy,
crispy, bro. Bro, Llontop.
We got to talk about
Llontop, more like muffin top.
Dog.
Hey man,
This fool is
man.
he's the man though. He came 2 weeks notice, last minute replacement.
I understand.
Didn't make weight. Those Peruvians are tough. Have you seen the little in Peru? I guess they have a tradition where the whole village they'll start scrapping with each other.
They have cities, dude. Relax.
Nah, but certain villages they do this.
Yeah,
this is more old school.
It's like I live in a metropolitan city, but
they fight on top of Machu Picchu. Elevation's quick. Nah, they fucking gather around and you see these ladies like scrap with each other. And when I saw Llontop, I was like, this dude is a real Peruvian warrior, bro.
He likes getting hit in the head a lot.
Dog, the face tats, I was like, he might beat Ruffy, dog.
That fool had a Uzi on his face, dude. That shit was scary as fuck.
With the extendo on it.
Yep. The whole extendo clip. I'm like, that's a bold-ass tattoo to have on your face, my guy.
On your face?
No, I'll just have a spatula.
Mauricio Ruffy, Fight Nerds. Man, these guys are just putting on performances.
Look at the way he even stands, just like Conor McGregor. Like, that thing was...
Give us a Conor McGregor comparison.
Well, Conor, right when you see him stand, chin's a little high, karate stance, very, very long reach.
He's always trying to grab your lead
hand control. And then guess what? He's okay putting his hands down, getting into the zone where he could be hit with the long strikes, and he's waiting for it. He's either going to slip to the inside or the out. You don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Dude.
His tool bag for his strikes, amazing.
Sick.
I don't know how that guy, Llontop, was still standing.
He's a tough motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, this is Llontop.
This is what I'm talking about.
This is Llontop's village.
They be throwing out. Look, they're on top of Machu Picchu and shit.
And they got guys with whips?
What?
Yo, what kind
of? You never seen this before?
But why are they whipping the women?
Honestly, I've been watching a lot of street beefs, a lot of like just regular fights like this, and this is pretty fun.
What the fuck?
They all gather. This is like part of the tradition. They got beef. They just throw it out.
Oh, this is like the real bare knuckle.
Dog, they dress up. It's a whole thing.
Thank God I'm not a part of this culture, dude.
Ooh.
I'll end up with CTE.
The guy with the whip is wild. I'm sorry.
I'd identify as a woman super fast. Hella quick, dude.
Look how happy they are to scrap, dude.
Nah.
Look at them. They're just like, okay.
I'm never doing that.
Guess who beats all of them, though? Fucking Ruffy, baby.
Dude, he's so...
That's rude.
His dog... The look away check hook, dude. Jesus. I think it was a shovel hook.
He was stepping off, too.
I think that, what's his name, Llontop?
Llontop.
Llontop. I thought he thought it was a body shot. And then he like blocked down. I was like, nope.
Nope. Look away shovel hook. Bink.
Bro, and that eye, how swollen it was, every time he got hit. Dude, when your eye's that swollen, someone touches it, hurts like hell. And he was eating full shots and standing with his hands right up in his fucking grill. Llontop is the man.
Dude, his slip counters are so fast.
So smooth.
How do you do it that fast?
And he was rolling off the punches and he was looking away.
But look away. A look away shovel hook.
Away. Yeah, those fight nerds, man. They got something special.
Oh, yeah. He brought his hands down right to the body to block that shit. And it's like, right, and
which is
block.
A legit read. That's a legit read, too.
Bro.
What's the deal? What's the deal with fighting nerds? Are they a lot of like Muay Thai or kickboxing dudes? Or are they all jiu-jitsu?
So the story is the coach. I can't.
You're gonna start with stories in a village in Brazil. What you gonna say, man?
Nah, like he just was like a regular business professional. He was like a marketing guy apparently, and then he started falling in love with MMA. Started late in his life, and then was like, oh, I can't do this shit. I can't be fighting. I don't have the whatever. Smart. So he started coaching fools. And he coached this team who are all just a bunch of killers. And they have like just really good distance management, amazing striking. He's like kind of like, it's like a Danaher kind of story.
Wow.
Really smart dude that just loves martial arts, obsesses over it, created a team. And now they're fucking at the top of the game. They have the biggest buzz in the sport right now.
It's just crazy for somebody to like just have such good distance and eyes to be able to slip that just a millimeter.
For real.
And it's like... That is so important for like a slip cross. It's just barely out the way.
And to be so common there in like a really big fight, and he's continued to do this on all the guys he's fighting, especially at lightweight. He's really good, man. There was a lot of hype going into this fight about Ruffy.
Oof.
And I think I want to watch this guy. Unfortunate last name though.
I know.
Something about putting people to sleep. That might be a good thing he could do.
Oh yeah, huh?
You know?
Ooh, dude.
He comes out in a Cosby sweater.
That'd be, oh,
Mike.
please do that, dude.
He's like,
After he knocks you out.
I'm gonna punch you with a face ball.
he's eating pudding. His
Camille.
Jello pudding ball.
There could be something there.
Speaking of fighting nerds, we didn't talk about this the other day. We had a guest, Prates. What did you guys think about his fight?
Bro. Dog, he's been doing that to every
4-0 in 2024. Dude.
He's been killing everybody. And did you know he's a fucking chronic smoker?
The smoking.
Oh, for reals.
Oh,
Dude.
smokes a pack like a day.
He says he smoked like 10 cigs before he fought.
What the
Fire. Fire. This is cool. He's a Brazilian cowboy, dude.
Wonder how good he would be if he stopped smoking.
That's what
He's like,
everyone's
not as
saying.
good. Not as good.
Yeah, not as good. He gets way worse. But I thought that was disrespectful. They would feed Neil Magny to him. I'm like,
Dog,
come on.
They knew what they were doing.
Like,
That's
give him the
fucked up.
Jim Miller treatment. Can you give him a little somebody easier than one of the fucking most vicious guys in the division?
Who's next for Prates, bro?
I mean, they were going to try to have him for 310, but he got injured.
Hey, just
He went in with a broken foot or something.
Yeah. Do you think they were going to give him fucking Shakvat?
That would have been sick, dude.
if you
Give it me and
guys
Garry.
only saw Prates in this Neil Magny fight, just look at all of his highlights from the previous organizations.
Yeah.
And it is so disrespectfully vicious. He's literally knocking people out with every fucking strike in the tool bag.
Yeah.
He's so good.
And dude, his whole thing is like the knee, the left, he's southpaw, right? Orthodox. Well, he throws the rear side knee
Right, yeah.
and the right cross. And the way he pairs that, it's like pick your poison. He fought Radke, Charles Radke.
Oh, yeah.
He cracks him with the hard cross and he grabs his wrist
about
and he's
this
like,
fight?
oh,
Talk about this?
and then
Yep.
right, he's worried about the cross and knee up the middle.
No.
Bang!
And he's either doing the knee up the middle or the cross. It just feeds into everything and he just smashing guys.
What do you tell your fighter when you're fighting Prates? Say, just don't let him grab your wrist. Or
Yeah.
he'll die.
Nope, do some black magic and throw some dust in
Take his
his eyes.
back and see what happens. Wrestle him.
Oh, he said take his pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. It would be so
Could be
funny.
good
He's like,
strategy.
where the fuck are my cigarettes?
Where are my cigarettes? Fight him in a non-smoking
That
arena.
knee was so
Bro, look at
vicious.
this. It's just like,
What a
I'm
bull.
And,
so
like,
confident.
He's yelling at him like, "Oh, you motherfucker, got you!"
Ah!
And he saw him parry. He was like fainting. Oh, it was money.
He was trying to circle out and he just wrist controlled his ass. He goes, no, you stay here.
And you watch all his fights before the UFC, they're all like that. He just starching dudes with his left hand.
He's a kickboxer, right?
Like playing the long range strike game with this guy is not a good idea. That you either wrestle the fuck out of him or you get inside. As if it's hella easy, but but that's probably your only path to victory because look at him,
He's welterweight Pereira, dude.
12% torso, all limbs.
Seriously,
Look at that.
like any guy with that body type, I want to fight you.
Yeah, we're good.
You look like a tarantula. I don't.
100%.
Dude, a lot of welterweights look like that, huh?
Yeah.
It's just they just have such
Lanky
a
guys.
great advantage because there's nothing to hit in the torso, and what are you going to do at that point?
Yeah.
And especially for him because he uses his range so well, he's not playing that
Kicks
shit.
up the middle. Nasty, nasty business.
Fast as shit.
Marcus McGee.
Dude, what? That was a good fight.
That was a great
Martinez,
fight.
dude.
Marcus McGee, man, even his last fight, dude, clinic.
When he knocked out Bolanos.
And Bolano's
He's
fucking
really good. He's an amazing kickboxer.
Credentialed
World
kickboxer.
class. And he went out there and just made it look easy.
he bullied him.
Bro, the whole fight. Didn't look like he belonged in there with him. Like at least the same weight class.
Dude, Martinez can't catch a break, huh?
Yeah, that was a tough fight. It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first 2 rounds, but I think Marcus McGee's punching power will do that to you. You get punched in the face by that guy, you're like, oh, I got to
I
rethink
forgot to
everything.
fight. I forgot.
Yeah, that's such a crazy. Marcus McGee is scary looking. You
got
guys
some-
remember that movie, fucking Toy Small Soldiers, where there was like the little.
They come alive, right?
Yeah, they come alive and they
Yeah.
start attacking one. There's one guy that looks just like Marcus McGee,
The toy?
and they keep comparing him. He's like the main character. You got to pull it up. Type in Small Soldiers, and he looks just like Marcus McGee. It was all over the UFC Reddit too. It was hilarious.
Marcus McGee versus Jose Aldo. I think that'll be a banger, dude.
Do it.
Because I don't think Marcus McGee's going to grapple. I think he wants
Sean
to.
Shelby, brother.
Please make it happen.
Sean Shelby.
And if Jose Aldo pieces up Marcus McGee, it's like, Jesus Christ, who is Jose?
Hey, Nick, what the fuck?
That
man?
guy. Does that look not
Hey,
like Marcus
Nick.
McGee?
Hey, wow.
Or Nick.
Wow.
They did side by side comparison. I didn't do that.
Wow,
Nick.
dude.
Come on. Is that not uncanny? Like, Marcus, if you were to ask Marcus McGee, he's like, oh, I've seen that movie. I'm a big fan.
Marcus, I did not say this, and when you come on this podcast, which you eventually will, I want you to slap the shit out of Nick.
You can slap the shit out of me, but like this is just what people are saying. Okay, I'm just reporting the news.
Nick actually had the Reddit stuff.
None
He's like the
people's-
main person on there.
It's Nick the Ear.
Yeah, this is their name, Nick.
Oh, that wasn't me. I didn't put that.
Yeah.
I'm just starting this propaganda against Marcus McGee. Mad respect. Please don't slap me in the face, but you do like him. Just like I look like a blobfish.
Why you got?
Same.
Okay, all right, fine.
Same.
I had to double down, but okay. Yeah, that's a classic.
Come on,
Davis.
dude, get me in trouble, man.
Nah, man, dude, I'm always in trouble every week. It's all you now. It feels great to be on this side.
I didn't say shit.
Yeah, Ian Garry, you're great.
Jim Miller, almost gonna hit 50 fights. This guy keeps getting it fucking done.
Dude, man.
I don't know why he was the underdog in this fight.
Well, what you got against Damone Jackson?
Come on.
He looks like Mac from Always in Sunny
He does.
Philadelphia.
He does.
Yeah, he looks
If
like
they
a
put an
sitcom star.
apostrophe in between D-A and M-O-N, he would start winning like way more. But he retired. He put his gloves down at the end.
Dude,
Damone
that
Jackson.
performance was not good.
Yeah.
That means it's time.
Oh, did you remember when Stipe retired? This
Yeah,
fight,
Stipe
him just
retired.
being like, "Thank fucking God, I'm done."
Yeah.
It's like
Good for him,
dude
bro.
Did not
Right
want to
off
be
the
there.
sunset.
I mean, he got a fat check.
Hell yeah.
Great.
He could buy every property in Cleveland
Good
now.
pension right there.
He could buy whatever he wants.
I like this fighter a lot,
Onama.
David Onama.
Dude, he was, because I think this was last minute replacement, right? I forgot who he was supposed to fight. It was another big name. But he got dropped twice by Roberto.
The guy hits.
Dude, that was a fun fight. Back and forth. He pulled it out in the end.
Jim Miller, dude, he's never going to retire, huh?
50 fights?
He wants to have 50 fights.
I felt like he did that shit in 2020 already.
I feel like he already hit it.
What the fuck? How does he not have 50 fights?
Damon Jackson did not look good. He was so spazzy. It was such a weird thing to see.
Yeah.
I don't really follow Damon
Looked
Jackson.
stiff. He looked really stiff.
Very stiff, very spazzy. I just thought it was, I mean, he's a veteran too. He's been in the UFC for quite a while. It just didn't seem like, I don't know.
Oh God, Jim, you're at 38 only.
Oh, I don't think you'll hit.
He's not gonna hit.
No, that's
50.
38 wins. How many
Oh,
fights
shit.
total?
Okay, do the math.
What is it? 38 and 16? Easy. That's 44. 54.
Smart.
Pretty sure that's
He goes
more
lower.
than 50 already.
It's 44, Doc.
I'm pretty sure that's
54.
more than 50.
I think that's more than 50.
I'm
He's
not
done.
willing to bet on that, but I think it's more than 50 fights.
Did he mean 60
38
then?
plus 18, chat.
Yeah.
38 plus.
Someone add it up.
Richie, add for us.
With 38 plus
pull my
15?
calculator on this
That's
pod.
53. That's 53. 38 plus 15 is 53.
I think you're right. He's right. He's right. I'm not willing to put money on that, but he's right.
His eyes have that thing where he's like, I think it is.
Yeah, I could do addition very well.
38 plus 10 is like 48. So there's 8 more of that. So we're willing to say David's right.
So he hit it.
Yeah, he hit it. What's he
What
talking
the
about?
fuck is he talking? Maybe UFC. 50 fights in the UFC.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, how long?
For a guy who's been fighting this long, he does have a lot of wins on his record recently. The last fight he lost was Bobby Green. King.
Green.
My bad, King Green.
That Gilly he had, though, that shit was tight.
But, dude, that's like his sub. When he latches on, it's dunzo.
Did you see this fight?
Yeah.
Mickey Gall was actually probably the best I've seen him in a hot second, but he got caught super bad.
Yeah.
Really hard hit. I was actually surprised. Was it Brahimaj?
Yeah.
I never heard of him, so when he spoke English, it threw me off.
What were you expecting?
Because he was going, Allahu Akbar. I thought he was one of like the Hamza.
He's like, I want to thank everybody
Yeah.
for my performance.
Hamzat people?
Yeah. Yo, I'm shouting out to the Bronx. I was like, whoa.
This guy's a New Yorker.
Yeah, it threw me off. But, dude,
Fun
that
fight.
guy's buff as shit, huh?
Yeah, scary.
Physical specimen. This
Pulled it
fight
out
was
at
a
the end.
banger.
Great
I
fight.
gotta watch that.
Because Basil's a motherfucker, bro. He's a big, strong guy.
Dude, this
shit,
whole
watch that,
fight,
man.
you didn't know who was going to win.
Because I know a lot of people were saying Oban. They had Oban losing going into the third. Some people were saying it's split 1-1. And I think so the judges had it split 1-1 going in. So the third round was like, the clinch.
These fools were throwing constant haymakers.
Oh, he's
Just
Welsh.
A really
shit.
technical striking. And it's like the strength of a middleweight with the speed of a welterweight.
For real.
Fucking crazy fight.
Bro, this fight was fun. And also, I would say this is not racist at all. This is not racial at all.
Go ahead, do
this
it.
is the darkest Welshman I've ever seen in my life. Usually they're way lighter, no?
Wow.
But that's it.
I thought he was Italian.
Yeah.
me
Let
guess,
tell you
what-
something. L takes all day, huh?
Hey, want me to
Is
pump
he not-
small soldiers up
Bro,
again?
have you seen Jack Shore? He's Welsh. He's the whitest man I've ever seen in the octagon.
He looks just like Jonathan Haggerty, just a bigger version.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Is Jonathan Haggerty Welsh?
He's
He UK, bro.
Yeah, he's UK.
They got a little more sun over there.
That's a dark. Yeah, it is a tan Welsh.
Come on, he gets spray tans for sure. Or he lives in Miami or something.
Dude,
He trains at
He's a goat shed. He trains out of a goat shed.
He trains at a goat shed for sure.
He talks a lot of shit about Ian Garry.
That's fun.
Yeah.
See? He's the whitest guy ever.
Hey, put him and Ian Garry against each other. That would be fucking
Dark-skinned
amazing.
whites versus pale whites.
Yeah. Dark-skinned whites,
Yeah. Tan whites.
tan whites.
Some fight news. I want to talk about this. If you guys want to put your headphones in, we can hear it.
No.
Nope.
Don't do it, David.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, we saw this already.
Don't do
How
it.
do you feel about Alex Pereira visiting your homeland?
I didn't know that-
fucking love him,
I didn't know Korean people love Alex Pereira so much.
bro.
Chama.
And he comes out. Who goes to the airport and does this?
Sick.
Dude, what if TSA just came and tackled him?
I would
Put that bow down.
Well, I mean, he would have killed everybody. Yeah.
This was bigger than the Kanye concert in Seoul, dude. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
That shit was tight.
Yeah.
That shit was
That
tight.
was-
We
But
love
this
a
is pretty
Kanye
cool.
West. He's a number one black person. He says a really cool
Baraka
thing.
guy?
Yeah, Baraka guy. He's like a number one.
Bro, this dude was fighting. I follow this guy on Instagram, this Korean.
Dude, the Korean guy, okay, your people, David,
He likes to box.
they're the biggest, angriest dudes I've ever seen.
I will say Korean people don't mind getting punched in the face.
For real. And I'm telling you, this is the next hotbed of
Hold on.
mixed martial arts.
Is that the guy from Train to Busan?
Yeah. He
The
was there.
fuck?
His boxing is hella suspect, but
Oh, is he an actual?
well, he boxes, like trains boxing, and his pad work is not very good.
He's just a celebrity then.
But
huh?
he's strong as shit though.
Dude, this
He's
guy
fucking
landing punches. All Korean dudes can box, dog. What's going on? I've been watching the Street Beefs, dude. This
all
big old Korean guy.
all Korean dudes.
And he, dude, the way
You mean the
Street Beefs.
You mean the fucking former K1 boxer?
Yeah, he fought Nico Krokop and he's fighting these
There's a
dudes.
former K1 kickboxer.
Dog,
How
and
is
he's
he
like
allowed to do that?
starching guy because it's Street Beefs, dog. It's
And they're paying
tight.
him.
Oh, this is the guy I follow. Hung or
Yeah.
Hongura.
He actually did. He has some really good moments.
bro? He's like an 18-time gold medalist in the Asian Games or some shit like that, or Korea Games.
Dude, look how close Pereira is the whole time.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. You're
Pereira's
gonna see this really
scary,
dope
dog.
exchange happen though soon. It's actually pretty sick.
Are you talking about the Koreans slip too?
Yeah. He hits him like Alex hits him with the hard hook and then bonk.
That
See how
Hey.
with Pereira that close to me, I'm like, I'm gonna shoot a double leg so quick. I don't even care if I got elbowed in the head.
I think this is really cool work for Pereira because when you watch like Korean boxers, they're actually not scared to exchange.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of people kind of get stunned by Pereira's strength and speed, but these guys were just like, cool, I just keep throwing.
Dude, respect to them for standing right in front of this dude.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, what's the smallest ring we can get? Yeah. Let's spar Pereira in here. That shit is so tiny.
They did the punch thing.
damn it, they're just cheering Shama, dude.
Hey, Pereira's the man though, dog.
Pereira, every time he does like strength test stuff, he never really gives it at all.
Nah, he's
he
the
always
man.
half-asses it.
He's the most likable guy that doesn't say a fucking word.
Yep.
He's the man. I love this dude. Who the fuck is this guy? Big punch guy.
You don't know who he is?
Who's that?
Actor.
Dude,
Dude,
Train for Busan.
Yeah.
What else he's done? He's
a
done
bunch
like,
of shit.
Is that the
Everything.
guy from Doctor Strange?
No,
Oh
that's Benedict
my-
Wong, dude. Get the
L
fuck
tape.
out of here.
L fucking
My
tape.
bad, dude.
Fuck out of
My
here. First
bad.
of all, Benedict Wong, one of my favorite actors of all time.
Amazing actor.
Is Chinese.
I thought it was Chong. Benedict
Wong,
Chong.
don't do that bullshit.
No?
You called a white guy fucking tan. You called a black dude a tiger from Small Soldiers. You called this handsome Korean a Chinese dude. What's wrong with
Let
you,
me tell you
dude?
something here, you
Damn,
fucking
my
slant-eyed
bad, bro.
gook. Don't you ever mix up.
Hey, we're both slanty-eyed gooks.
Hey,
No,
no,
you're the slantiest right now, brother.
my shit's not slanted. Mine is straight lines like that.
Mine are a little
Mine's
slant.
Morse code, dude.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you
mine's
talking
on
about?
the incline, for sure.
Line, dot, line, Morse code. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The disrespect.
My bad, dude.
How
I'm
could
sorry.
you?
It's just so hot in here. My brain is just not working.
That's
properly.
crazy. Is he Benedict Wong?
Benedict
That's a-
Wong?
I thought it was this guy.
Nah, dude.
My bad. Hey, new news. Check out the new news.
No, we're not moving on from
Yeah,
that.
let's look at this.
That shit was
oh,
so
Fight Mag. I love
disrespectful.
their magazine.
You just be like, is that the guy from Doctor Strange? I know what the fucking movie is, dude. I don't need to see the motion.
Fucking disrespectful.
The bald
over
one.
here just messing with the clit.
Damn. Do you feel it? Do you feel
I don't know
it?
where
Do
it
you
is.
feel
I
it?
gotta go watch.
She's like, you're hitting my lips. Damn. Colby Covington versus Joaquin Buckley. We got Ian Garry versus Shakvat. Do we like the new mashups?
Yeah.
So why did that happen?
Because I think Shakvat couldn't get a fight.
And he called out all.
He called out everybody.
said none of all you guys turned it down.
It seemed like Ian Garry was the only one that said yeah. Colby Covington, big balls for fighting Joaquin Buckley.
For reals.
Because he didn't have to take this. And this is at the end of the
I
year.
think it's an easy fight for him.
Yeah? I don't know about easy.
Colby doesn't got it anymore.
Oh, for Joaquin.
For Joaquin, sorry, for Joaquin.
Yeah, I just mean for Colby to stepping up to fight a young gun. I think a lot of guys in Colby's position wouldn't do that. So the fact that he's giving him a shot is pretty cool because he's at the Michael Chandler slot at welterweight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Is this a 5-rounder, 3-rounder?
I think it's 5 rounds.
If it's 5 rounds,
main event. Yeah,
Joaquin Buckley doesn't have an issue with his gas tank. So if
this is gonna be a scrap, bro.
Yeah,
this is gonna be like a 5-round scrap, I think. And I think Joaquin Buckley is going to surprise a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. What?
What'd
you vote for?
And he's a Trumper, dude.
What'd you vote for? You called a black man a tiger face.
Yeah. I wonder who you voted for. Dude.
I didn't say Marcus McGee looks like a tiger face.
And you called all Koreans Chinese.
I had a reference.
How could you, huh?
How could you,
huh?
Hey, same team, dude.
No, we are not a Chinese. We are not a Chinese.
We got destroyed by the Japanese. Same team.
We are a Korean in between the Chinese and the Japanese. It's like a 1 step above.
Hey, we all sing the same song. Ching chong, ching chong, ching ching chong, ching ching chong. Give me the spicy stick.
He's a
Hey, I've been getting way more Chinese farmer videos.
Same.
And I can't stop watching it.
My bad, y'all. It's so fun.
It's tight, dude.
Yeah, that little bitch keeps stealing candy and shit all the time.
They have their own like different edit style too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Pretty diverse out there in China.
Their content style's different.
That girl keeps stealing from that old man. It pisses me off. Yeah.
Ian Garry, could he pull it off versus Shakvat?
I think he could, bro. I think he could catch Shakvat.
Do you think he takes him down and just does the Michael Page game?
No, I don't think he's going to take him down. I feel like he could hit Shakvat on the feet, like because he's got a great cross. He's got great straight shots.
His striking is amazing.
He could still tag him, but Shakvat, I think he has more experience. He's a little bit more of a savage.
He got Lawrencenko on his side.
He's got Lawrencenko in the corner. I think Shakvat, the difference is going to be the pace because Ian Garry, what we've seen in his fights, he's a little bit more back-footed. He's kind of circles a little bit more. Shakvat don't give a fuck. So if he's pressing against Ian Garry, he could corral him against the cage. I think that's going to be the difference. If Ian Garry could stick and move and not get grappled, I think he could beat Shakvat. But I think Shakvat is going to win.
There's a couple of things apparently Shakvat and Ian have trained together. We saw footage.
Yeah.
Ian was getting the better of those exchanges.
You saw footage?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Really?
They're striking. And Ian looked great, right? But the thing about it is, too, what people forget is that that's sparring. Sparring and fighting are two very fucking different things. And you saw that with Andre Fili and Ige. He said that Fili always got the best of him in sparring. He goes, but fighting is a very different.
And Dad Ige would always say, like, I can't hit people that hard.
Yeah.
Like, because he's sparring. He doesn't want to be a dickhead. So it could be that.
Yeah. And also, too, it's just like the octagon is different.
Yeah.
The game time is very different. Watch.
Oh, this is so surreal. I forgot that he was at Killcliff.
Yeah.
Is that?
See, that's what I think, too, is like Ian Garry's height is going to do really well for him.
Yeah.
As far as like, because he does look like he's a little bit taller, a little bit more reach.
Yeah.
And I feel like his footwork might be able to give Shakvat problems, but I think the wrestling is going to be the difference between the grappling.
Is that Kevin in the background? Oh, no. Oh.
Ian Garry's a slick
Kevin
striker.
Lee. Yeah.
When Ian wants to
I was about
fight,
to call you racist right now if it wasn't.
I know you. I was like, who is that?
Damn it, I couldn't get him. Who's the other guy in the back? You know who that is?
Yes, Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe. That's him fighting himself.
Yeah.
Gets some cross training.
Dude, like when Ian Garry wants to fight, he looks fucking amazing, right?
He's
But when he goes up in competition, if he puts on another lackluster performance where he just wants to stall, I guarantee you, even after Shakvat, it's going to be really hard for the UFC to want to give him a championship fight, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody wants a boring champion and nobody wants to see you stall. Because if he starts getting like gun shy because Shakvat starts putting pressure on him and he keeps circling out, and that's how he fucking wins, he's back to the prelims. Like nobody gives a fuck. Because one thing is true, Ian Garry doesn't sell tickets. And if he does that one more time, that would be the third fight in the row where he has a lackluster performance. It's not going to bode well for him. And look, we all know what he can do. He's very, very capable. But I think for him, he's so scared of losing his zero, he's never taking any fucking chances. And it's just not going to work well.
And that could cost him against a guy like Shakvat, who's just going to walk you down and just be like, for the fact that he is like, what is he, 19-0 with like 17 finishes? That's crazy. That just shows the kind of fighter that Shakvat is. And I feel like that's going to be the difference maker.
I think Shakvat is going to mix up his grappling really well with him. and press him up against the cage.
Ian Garry does look good in all blue, though, don't you think?
I don't give a fuck.
He's purple, dude.
All right.
Come on. Just got to call this out really quick. Crazy. Eddie Alvarez and Jeremy Stevens.
Wow.
BKFC.
Bro, Eddie Alvarez in this picture looks legit like Popeye.
100%.
Oh, shit. Here's a good fight. After he has one fight with BKFC, UFC signs him back for one fight, Michael Chandler. Trilogy. Retirement fight for both of them. Michael Chandler get out.
Hey,
Eddie
we're
get
going to do something. We're going to hire you for one fight, says the UFC.
Yeah.
It's going to be an 8-fight contract, but one fight.
Did you guys see the Eddie Alvarez
rights.
and Chad Mendes BKFC fight?
Oh, my
fucking banger.
Such a good fight.
So good. That could have gone either way.
Who do you think is going to win this one? Jeremy Stevens is Eddie.
I think Eddie.
Eddie, right? Yeah.
I think Eddie is way more slick.
Way more technical
than Jeremy Stevens is, especially how I saw how durable he was against somebody like Chad Mendes.
Yeah.
And that could have gone either way. That fight, I think Eddie Alvarez is going to knock out Jeremy Stevens.
Dude, BKFC is so crazy.
Yeah.
I can't watch those fights.
It's a little gruesome.
It makes me a little sad. I don't like watching it. But Conor McGregor's like, it's the best sport in the world.
When you see some of these fighters, their face gets completely rearranged.
It's pretty scary.
Just scar tissue.
I wonder has Jeremy Stevens fought in BKFC?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knocked
yeah.
out his last opponent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, that's going to be interesting to see how he adjusts to a guy like Eddie Alvarez.
I can't believe Connor's his boss. That's hilarious.
It's so funny. Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
We got two Chinese fighting. We got Jan versus Figueiredo.
Yeah, dude, let's go. Oh, I love Jan, man.
I can't wait to see him fight. This is a really
This is a good
interesting
fight.
matchup.
Some quick picks. All right, Nick, what do you got? Pieter Jan,
Okay.
Davison Figueiredo.
I don't think Davison should be that big of an underdog. I think he's a very live dog in this fight.
Oh, wow, he's a...
I would
Because
put
I
money
feel
on
like
him.
his grappling has been on one. He looks way better at 135 than he does at 125.
His gas tank is infinitely better.
Absolutely. And it's able to he's able to like push the gas tank a little bit more and like throw a little bit more. What he did to Cheeto, I wasn't expecting. I still will say Peter Jan's gonna win this fight. I'm still going Jan, but Davison, he's a very live dog. I think he's gonna take him down. He's gonna make it a dirty fight for sure.
I go Peter Jan.
I'm gonna go Davison.
Fuck you.
I know. But
Why? Why? What's your take? How do you think he's
I
gonna
think
win?
Davison is going to keep it like crazy where he's going to just take him down. His controls are insane. Watching him with Cody Garbrandt was just like, what the fuck, dude? This guy's a little
Peter Jan's almost
slippery
impossible
snake.
to take down, though. Like,
He gets
only
right back up.
Few people have been able to do it.
And he gonna knee you in the head.
Yeah,
That's true.
He's gonna knee you in the fucking.
forgot about the knee
It's
part.
legal now. 12-6.
all day.
Dude, I thought John was at a 12-6. Like when he was on top of Stipe, I thought he was going to like call it out.
Yeah.
That would have been tight.
All right, co-main event. We got the other Jan versus Tabitha.
Xiaonan.
Tabitha's on a little streak right now.
She got really good top pressure. Really good.
Xiaonando's good.
But Yao's box. Yan.
Wow,
Yan's
another
boxing-
racial thing
Wow,
again,
Yao
dude.
Ming?
Yao
Do
Ming.
you think that's Yao Ming?
Yo, I mean,
Nowhere
Yao.
near the same height, not even the same gender, which is crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy work,
Yeah,
dude.
he's from Guangdu. She's from Shaodong.
Yeah, come on,
idiot.
dude.
Holy
Idiot,
shit, you
dude.
speak Mandarin?
Yeah, come on now. Bing Bao versus Sing Tao. Come on, man.
Big
Fucking
Bao.
racist, dude. Clearly she's from Bing Bao.
Hey, you can't use what I said and say Sing Sao from Bing Bao. Dude.
Yeah,
That's not
Sing
fair.
Sao.
Yeah, you're
Bing
fucking
Bao.
racist, dude.
I can't compete with
You
that.
make me sick, dude.
Yan, I think, is going to outbox her. I think she could outbox her. I think she could stuff some takedowns. If Tabitha gets on her back, Yan better hope it's at the end of the round because she's going to choke her out, but she'll survive. So she'll survive. She'll wake up, go into the second round, and be okay. So I think I got Yan.
What's your racist take on Tabitha and Brazilians?
Really good at jiu-jitsu. Loves acai.
There you go. Playing it safe. I like
Playing
it.
it safe.
I like it.
I think this is going to be an easy fight for Jan.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Jan on this.
Yeah.
How
I
do you
think
go
she's going to make it look a lot easier than people think
Because China #1, right?
because they have COVID. And that is the most powerful thing ever.
Not anymore.
Completely changed our economy, right? Had every-
#1 biological weapon.
Yeah, it's called the China. It came from China. I don't understand.
Oh, man. We have Song Keenan versus Muslim Salikov.
Bro.
Salikov.
Song does really well until he doesn't because
Yeah.
he does like silly stuff. Like he is one of the most impulsive.
silly?
He just does really impulsive things where I'm like, bro, like you just knock this guy down, go finish. Like, I don't know. It just seems like he has moments
Oh,
and then he
right.
loses it right at the end. Salikov is a little older, but he's a kung fu fighter. That's what they
I know.
say.
I forgot
That's what
about
they say.
it.
He's a kung fu fighter, not racist. Come on.
King of Kung Fu.
King of Kung Fu. I think I'm gonna go Muslim.
That's a crazy name, though. King of Kung Fu, and your first name is Muslim.
For reals,
Come
huh?
on, dude.
From Dagestan. Come on, brother.
I'm gonna go for Song because that's cultural appropriation.
I
And don't
agree.
appreciate- yeah.
I agree.
I think I
Going
picked
for
wrong
Song.
on this.
Yeah.
I didn't pick it for my fellow countrymen.
All right, this might be my favorite fighter right now, and I cannot wait for her.
Wang Kong.
Wang Kong.
Have you seen this chick?
It's fucking good.
Remember
The
she came out as the
Joker?
Joker?
Let's go.
It's kind of like shocking how good she was, huh?
So I didn't know this until I was doing research on this fight,
Oh, you didn't know she fought?
but she beat and fought Shevchenko in kickboxing.
Beat.
Is that why her striking is so fucking good?
Sick, because she came in doing this, dude. This looks like she fought last year, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, God, it looks like everyone in this.
Look at that
would be-
gook, huh? Jesus Christ.
Bro, I swear to God, there's a guy like that. It looks like that at every restaurant. in
For
San Diego
reals,
Valley.
dude. He's either your server or he's just staring at you when
the
you
back.
come in. Yeah.
With a dirty apron.
Yeah. Stop looking at me, dude. Welcome.
Wow,
I hope they like the turtle soup.
Yeah, Wang Kong, I think she's going to win. What a name, too.
Yep. Wang Kong, dude.
Wang Kong.
I'm waiting for you. David's going through his.
I'm not.
Don't
gonna say
do
anything,
it, David.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
do
the
it.
Chinese at King Kong.
Is that Chinese? But the way she slept that last chick she fought with that jab cross.
Jesus, dude.
And no, yeah, dude, she's on another level. Love the haircut, high and tight.
I think if she wins this, one more fight, they're going to give her Shevchenko. If we can
She
keep
looks like a
Shevchenko around.
Fucking hot Korean guy. She's debuting in Korea next year, dude. Don't
Yeah.
worry. That's a hot Korean dude.
Nick's like, no, it's not. That's Benedict Wong.
I know like 3 dudes that look just like that.
That's Michelle Yeoh.
Yo, now I'm seeing it.
Yep.
Holy shit. Oh, are we
Oh.
sure she beat Shevchenko?
Double A.
Whoa, go out.
What the hell?
Yeah, I would have done the same shit.
Did she win it by decision?
Yeah, she
Should
won the by DD.
Shevchenko's face. That's hilarious.
But it could be some funny business because they in China.
Yeah, who knows?
In China.
China.
Yellow card. See?
Oh,
Good.
shit. They should do they should do cards in UFC.
They
I
should
like
do that shit.
Dude, that little fucking little flicker on that low kick is so fast.
Yeah, I'm going Wang Kong all day. Sorry, Gabriella.
She's
Oh,
tough. though.
I mean,
This
This
is
is tough.
what a sleeper fight. This guy went from
Olberg.
almost fighting for the title.
Dude, 2 power hitters.
Dude, Vulcan's been on a tear.
Yeah.
He has.
He's been doing really well.
You want the young man or you want the vet? Are you going OG bias or do we like Olberg enough to beat that OG bias?
I think Vulcan's got some miles on him. I think that's the one thing.
assessment.
He's like, I feel like this is a 50-50. Like, I could very well see Vulcan stopping Olberg in the first round, like catching him with something early. But I could also see Olberg doing the same thing. So with 2 power punches like this, I'm going to go with the youth and the less miles. I'm going to go Olberg. No offense to Ozdemir.
This is hard for me to choose. I have to go back and watch the last few fights to even make a decision, to be honest with you. Because I always go OG bias, and I'm wrong about 80% of the time. So I'm going to go OG bias.
terrible. Terrible percent. 80% of the time I'm wrong.
I'm pretty bad with it.
So we're going back to the well with it.
I'm going to go for new blood. I'm going to go Carlos Oliveira. We need more models.
Because you think he's hot and shit.
He's very hot.
Get out of here.
We got to keep him in. All right.
Oh, if he's hot, then no way. Vulcan Ozdemir all the way. Ugly people have way more to lose.
We have disease Ozzy Diaz. Why is this picture gray? That's crazy.
He died.
Versus Zhang. You guys remember this guy?
Yep.
This guy, just a reminder for the audience, did this. This looks like Yao Ming. I'm okay if you said that.
Yeah, this is straight Yao
Yow.
right here.
Yo.
Oh no, you hit my eye.
Oh!
Oi.
Oy!
Yeah, eat that one right there. Did
Ching.
you
Look, you see how big his head is? That's a sign of a fighter, brother.
100%.
See, Chinese guys, their heads go long.
He
They
doesn't
go
have
tall.
the Chinese turtle look. Is that Koreans? Is Chinese turtle Korean look?
Korean people also have huge domes.
Korean
I don't know
turtle?
why our heads are so fucking big.
It's good for fighting.
Oh.
Good for punching.
Well, I didn't get that. There we go.
I'm gonna go Zhang, dude. Zhang is a beast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the big headed China guy.
And I was looking at the prelims. I don't know anyone.
This is the
on
road to
here.
UFC guy.
That's what I figured.
So this is gonna be.
Oh, it's
a
just
lot of
all Chinese
fun.
people versus Chinese people.
Yeah, and Johnny Chang right here.
Johnny Chang, dude.
He's just preaching the word.
Yeah.
Damn, this is all just straight up.
Misha Tate at the. Oh no.
Misha Tate.
Dang, I just jumped.
Yo,
the
I
gun
want to
on
go
that.
for Misha Tate. Chinese Misha Tate.
Shout out to Misha Tate.
Shout out to
dude.
Road to UFC. Haven't seen the show yet. I heard it's fun, but you know, just
Definitely got to order Chinese food for this fight.
Absolutely.
100%.
Hey, speaking of Chinese food, how'd you like Panda Inn? I saw your photos. Looks legit.
So Panda Inn, if you guys don't know,
You got the slippery shrimp?
They have
That's
is
the other
Yang
place.
Chow, you fucking idiot.
Fucking
every Chinese
racist.
spot got their own version of slippery
No,
shrimp.
they don't. That is only a Yang Chow thing, you fucking gookie monster. All right? Be quiet and shut up.
I'm not gonna take
Kooky
it.
You shut your filthy fucking mouth. You
When I go to Henry's Cuisine, I get
No.
the slippery shrimp. Okay?
You know jujitsu and stupidity. That's it. So Panda Inn just did a remodel after like 2 years. They've been closed for a hot second. If you guys go to the Pasadena, that is the original restaurant that the grandfather opened up when he first came to the States. He has basically roots in Yokohama, Japan, Taiwan, and also China.
Oh.
So that restaurant is his legacy restaurant for the grandpa, and it represents everything about him. So they actually have sushi there. And the sushi, by the way...
That seems a little sus.
No, it's not, because
That's appropriation,
my
maybe.
friend Debbie, very amazing sushi chef. If you've been in the LA area, she did like these to-go bentos. She's the head sushi chef there.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
So she's the head sushi chef there, and it's so fucking
Never
legit.
mind.
They have Hokkaido. They have like Hokkaido scallops. They had like
That's a place in Japan.